Welcome to game 2 of the series. Again, this is CookiezNCreem versus Stormless. Stormless took game 1, 230 victory points remaining, I believe, for him. CookiezNCreem now has chosen Oberkommando West for game 2. Stormless has chosen US Forces, just as his opponent did, and is going with Mechanized. So he really likes commanders with... What is my camera following right now?
We're getting plastered over here.
What the hell? Oh, I know. Okay, I get what happened. Alright. He really likes commanders with mechanized in them. And I'm expecting a WC-51 to hit the field right now. There it is. Let's see if we can make good use of this. CookiezNCreem fielding Spec Ops, Breakthrough, and Scavenge.
Where do you want us? All done over here. Under fire!
Mechanized making its way towards the center right now. Riflemen engaging on the right side, taking the fuel point. Sturmpios catch this rifle squad at very close range, but the WC-51 should turn the engagement. There they go. Sturmpios forced to retreat. Although the fact that Stormless will only have 3 riflemen inside WC-51 is going to make it less scary than it was before. Although they don't really do that much damage anyway. There go the Volksgrenadiers right there, forced away. Riflemen on the fuel point should be able to hold this line, though, and that Volksgrenadier squad will be forced away completely. So CookiezNCreem will lose the engagement for the right entirely, pushed completely off the map, while rear echelon troops take control of the entire left unopposed. It's not a very good opening for CookiezNCreem. He's going to have to react to the fact that this is on the field somehow. If he got himself a really early Rakettenwerfer, that would be one option, or he could try throwing down a very quick mine. The WC-51 arrives a lot faster than the Soviet M3 does. Well, I guess not that much faster, but it arrives pretty quick, so... It's tough to get a mine down before you encounter it, especially on a map of relatively small size like Angleville. Rear echelon troops are about to have the entire left side under their control. Munitions, victory, and fuel points already taken. One squad of riflemen retreats for some reinforcement, and there's a battle group headquarters right there. Interesting placement. Right next to a lot of buildings makes it kind of dangerous. Notably, both of these buildings have a line and range on that structure, which means that a captain thrown in either one of these houses could be a serious problem, and CookiezNCreem will absolutely have to defend this position against Stormless if he wants to have a safe reinforced point right there. So, something to keep in mind. That's a pretty dangerous placement, honestly. If Stormless can secure this building and throw an AT gun in the road, it could be very problematic. And Mechanized Company does tend to go captain tier, so we'll see what happens. No commander selection from CookiezNCreem yet, who has moved aggressively down the right side to try and secure this building. Sturmpios in the house. Volksgrenadiers retreating away from those riflemen. Sturmpios will leave the building. Nope. Can't seem to make up his mind exactly what he wants to do. Needs to do a lot of damage to a lot of riflemen and has very limited resources with which to do it. That squad's going down pretty quick, though. Kind of a late retreat from Stormless right there. Sturmpios leave the building to try and secure the wipe. WC-51 tries to push them, but is unsuccessful. The rifles will get wiped right there. Nice attempt at the WC-51 to stop that from happening, but unfortunately could not do so. And that's a full rifle squad down, which is going to put Stormless in a pretty weak early position right now. Four Volksgrenadiers, 1 Sturmpio squad to 2 riflemen and a WC-51, which is having kind of a limited impact. It's up to 4 kills. It's doing kind of okay, but it hasn't done anything too dramatic. Stormless does have the ability to refund now, or refit, so he might choose to use that at some point. Right now he's going Lieutenant tier. Lieutenant and Captain tier is pretty common as mechanized, but he might just go Lieutenant straight to Major. We'll see what he chooses to do. Lieutenant straight to Major is a little risky though, because you don't have access to AT guns with this commander, or any form of AT with this commander options. So if he goes straight to Major, he'll have no counter to the Panther if CookiezNCreem fields one. There's the refit. It only gives 5 fuel back out of the original 20 spent, so that's, you don't really refit it for fuel, you refit it for the manpower. And we'll get a pretty decent amount of manpower. He should be able to bolster his infantry army significantly with the amount of resources he gets out of that. I think it gives 217 back, something like that. 217 out of 240 is almost all of it. He's going to need to spend that manpower, maybe on a 50 cal, maybe on just more riflemen. Try and bolster his infantry forces.
Tactics now available to frontline troops.
Jaeger's jumping in cover right here. We'll need to retreat away from this engagement. These 2 squads of riflemen, or Volksgrenadiers, doing what they can. Good use of green cover over here. And there's infiltration grenades, so scavenge doctrine chosen by CookiezNCreem. He did have spec ops in his loadout, so he has fully played his hand because he has Jaegers on the field as well. So Stormless knows that the Ostwind is a possible threat. I don't know what that ambulance is doing. That looked like a pretty bad rally point. Oh no! CookiezNCreem's trying to blob it to death, and he will succeed. Ambulance down. Horrible opening for Stormless. He refitted his WC-51, but didn't spend the manpower on anything new, so it's basically just gone for no reason. I'm not sure what he's going to do from this point. Losing his ambulance, losing a full rifle squad, and refitting his WC-51 leaves him a little bit weak, although he could try and get some shock squad wipes with the mechanized assault group, and it looks like that's what he's going to try and do. He does have the munitions for a flamethrower. Upgrading now, if he can catch some infantry out of position, that would be a pretty big win. It doesn't look like there are any anti-tank weapons available to CookiezNCreem yet. Just small arms fire, and a lot of his infantry squads are heavily wounded. He could definitely pick up at least 1 wipe. His entire infantry blob is moving straight for the battle group headquarters.
Infantry attacking in force.
And there is 1 mine right there, but other than that, there is nothing that can stop Stormless, who just secured total building control over here. This could be a really good play by Stormless. This could be huge. Mechanized assault group going straight for the blob over here. He's gonna try and focus the half-track down with just small arms fire. 2 squads forced to retreat. 1 grenade into the building does basically nothing. Flamethrower inflicting huge damage to the infantry forces over here. Tier 4 structure is gonna construct right now. That's terrible timing. Stormless will spot it with his half-track. This could be GG right here. Oh my god, 2 Volksgrenadier squads just got wiped. Jaegers and Sturm Pioneers have to retreat with barely anything remaining. The Schwer Panzer headquarters is getting wrecked by the half-track right here, and Stormless, off to a horrible start, is about to completely take the game. What a turnaround. There goes the Tier 4 structure. I don't know if CookiezNCreem will be able to recover from this. Stormless fielding a fresh squad of riflemen to replace one that he has lost, throwing a demo charge here on the truck. If he continues to maintain control of this building, he'll have complete control of this game. Ooh, I don't know if that lieutenant should have retreated just yet. I don't think either of those squads should have retreated. He can reinforce out of this half track. I'm surprised he just retreated. He should have jumped in that building and maintained this position. He had that house. No reason for him to retreat from that, and he's going to give CookiezNCreem a lot of relief from an engagement that honestly went horribly badly for him. Probably could have stayed in that house for the entire rest of the game, taken it. He's going to give CookiezNCreem a little bit of a break here, just play it safe, maybe give himself a mental break so he can think more carefully about his next move and not take any unnecessary risks. Mine doesn't really do anything right there. Vehicle crew jumping over here to some of these points, get some more map under control. 1 squad of riflemen heading left.
Contact! Small arms fire!
flamethrower still has no counter on the field except for one half track. "11 kills on these assault engineers inside. Stormless slowly taking control of the entire map now that Cookies and Cream has an extremely weak infantry army. He has healed up all of the damage on the battle group headquarters, but being forced to make a full retreat again and desperately hurting for manpower. Leaves him unable to maintain building control here, and Stormless will take it once again. Kind of a late tech on Stormless, though. I don't understand why he wouldn't queue up a captain at this point. 600 manpower, 120 fuel. He needs to get captain tier out so he'll actually have a way to blow up this truck other than just standing next to it with his infantry and further bleeding manpower. I think that was it. No, he's going major tier. Why would he go major tier? I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. Tank's going to take a lot longer to arrive than an AT gun. An AT gun could completely push Cookies and Cream off the map. I find Lieutenant into Captain tier, a very risky build. Although having both fuel points under his control does mean that he can probably pull it off, and he's already got such a massive lead that that's probably a risk he can afford to take. He's about to wipe that squad, almost. And there, wow, 8 command points already. That's pretty quick. Here comes the mechanized artillery on the truck. The flamethrower is bleeding all of this infantry horribly, although the artillery will destroy this building in the blast. He needs to continue reinforcement out of this half track, and it looks like he will out-reinforce his opponent narrowly, and Cookies and Cream will make another full retreat. That truck is very close to being fully destroyed. Now, Rakedenwerfer is also very exposed. Can't possibly get a line on that half track from his current position. He's probably going to lose that. If he gives that to his opponent, he will have an anti-tank weapon with which to destroy this truck and take the game. That's GG for sure. There's no way Cookies and Cream can recover from this situation. Ostwind isn't going to make it to the field in time. And Stormless takes round 1. A good game, well played, Stormless. Short break, and I'm going to jump into another series.